Hey guys, my name is Ugo.
And my name's Elizabeth.
And we're the co-founders of NEU Gen Leaders. And today we want to talk to you about self-doubt.
Self-doubt.
Okay. It's one of those topics, it's one of those things that every leader has to deal with on an ongoing basis. And today we want to talk about how we've dealt with it, how we've experienced it, and what we do on an ongoing basis to keep it under control.
Yeah. I feel like self-doubt is something that everyone experiences at some point in life, especially with today's social media. I feel like at some point or another, we've all been told we're not smart enough, we're not good enough, we're not athletic enough, we're not beautiful enough, you're not rich enough to be my friend. However, I think that there are some things that we can do to just kind of help us overcome that self-doubt.
Mm-hmm. So what are some things that you do?
Okay.
No, I'll go first. So some areas where I've experienced self-doubt, I would say I'll pick two. First is in terms of just not feeling smart enough. I know. I had a period in my life when I actually had...
He was flunking.
Let's just say academically I wasn't there. And I went through that. One of the things that turned it around for me was the God factor. I gave my life to Christ, to Jesus, and that was one of the turning points of my life. And the people who knew me way back then would also tell you that there was a period when it was almost like I had a 180-degree turnaround type deal, and went
not
from
360.
and went from just going down academically to just the other way.
Higher.
No,
Smarter.
Yeah, smarter. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one area for him. One area for me was definitely when I was in nursing school. I had a very difficult time with my peds rotation, and I had an even harder time with passing the exit exam ATI. I actually failed it. And so there was a lot of, oh my goodness, am I not smart enough? A lot of... Wow, a lot of is this career really for me? Did I make the right decision by choosing to go down this path?
Yeah. Another area where I had self-doubt was in terms of my skin tone. Now, not a matter of black or white or race or anything. It's just that my skin tone is not even.
His nose is lighter than the rest of them.
Whatever. So if you can tell, I don't know if the camera is close enough, I have some varying complexion thing going on, but it was one of those things that growing up I was just very self-conscious about it. Like, I didn't really feel like I had it all together because my friends would make fun of me. They would remind me all the time, like, you ain't got it together, dude. Like, your nose is doing something else, and it was just another point of insecurity for me.
Yeah. So I chose nursing school because I feel like a lot of us, for some of our struggles, might be academic. And some of the things that helped me get through it was...
Wait, I said two areas. You only said one?
Yeah, I'm only going to share one because I only really have one.
So you're just perfect like that?
No, I'm not perfect like that, but that's it. Okay. The only other thing, I guess...
Don't feel compelled to say something.
I guess it would be beauty.
It's on me.
No, it's okay. I'm not the best at the makeup scene. I'm not the best. Like, I know that I don't have the body of a model. And so I guess it's like one of those things where it's like when guys are dating, like, you're just not good enough because you don't fit their image of what a perfect woman looks like, because they're so stuck on what they see on social media. But being told that you're not beautiful enough is very hard.
Someone told you that?
Maybe not by you.
No,
Thanks
but...
for loving all of me, babe.
Yeah. Of course.
Anyway, so some of the things that helped me just deal with some of my self-doubt, one, just like Ugo said, would be the God factor. I know that I was created in God's perfect image, and because God is perfect, what more of me, his child? And so I feel like that helped a lot. And then the second thing is having an amazing support system. I had amazing friends. This was actually before Ugo and I started dating, who just constantly reminded me that I'm putting in the work, I'm putting in the effort, and I am good enough, I am smart enough, and that I'm gonna overcome this obstacle. And it was also a reminder that, you know, like God started me on this path, and if he's gonna start me here, he's gonna help me finish it and see it through.
Yeah, and for me, I would say the first factor was the God factor for me. The second factor was self-talk, a lot of self-talk. People are going to say what people are going to say, but at the end of the day, you are the one that has to affirm yourself. And till tomorrow, people are going to hear me say, I'm awesome, right? It's not some way of gloating. It's just, I have to remind myself constantly that I have a lot to offer the world. And you know, when it comes to self-doubt, there's a lot of negative voices you're gonna hear. So you have to be the positive voice that you hear every single day. A lot of self-affirmation, a lot of just telling yourself over and over again, you're worth it. You have everything it takes. People might not see it just yet, but you have it in you. And if they wait long enough, they're gonna see it anyhow. So just a lot of self-validation, really.
Yeah. And I just wanted to add one more thing. Sometimes a lot of this self-doubt that we've built up on comes from people that we trust and people that we would expect to actually build us up. But I just want to remind you that that does not mean that you are not an amazing person. And so just pretty much to sum it all together, one, have God in your life because he's perfect. You are amazing, you are extraordinary. So just remember that. Two, the support system that you have, like just have people who are gonna be your backbone. And then three, self-affirmation, because the more you speak it, the more it becomes a reality. And so I think that that's really a big factor, because it doesn't matter how many times your backbones tell you you are awesome, you are extraordinary, you are amazing, you are just like, you just blowing me away. It doesn't matter how many times they tell you that if you don't believe it, you know.
And the last thing I want to drop before we wrap up here is, you don't have to say it because you feel it. You will never feel it if you don't say it. It gets almost a thing of, you don't say it because you feel it. You say it because you want to feel it. And if you say it long enough, the feeling will come. So you almost have to create the feeling. Like you have to, when you don't feel like it, when you don't feel self-confident, when you don't feel like you're intelligent, when you don't feel like you're cute, like you got what it takes to be cute, you know, it's got to say it over and over again. And no one has to hear you say it. It's self-talk. It's you in the bathroom looking at yourself. It's just a lot of self-affirmation. And if you say it long enough and you believe it, soon enough, people are going to tell you, wow, you're confident.
Yeah. And that change just becomes evident. So we're all a work in progress. We're all working on ourselves. So you just go out there and you build yourself up and be the best you can be.
That's right.